I missed the thing. Welcome back to school 2020 fall semester, whatever you want to call it. Today is going to be a different, interesting type of video that's pretty much just a bunch of questions I want to ask you guys. I'm going to try to send this to everybody I know, friend, not friend, enemy, whatever. Just as long as you go to school, I'm going to try to get this to you. Alright, that's enough of that, because I can't, it's getting too hot for this. The lighting is supposed to be like this, by the way. It's supposed to look bad. Courtney's here. Say hi, Courtney.
Hi, Courtney.
Or do you think you can clip it on here? Definitely not hiding the microphone. I'm gonna like slap the table and it's gonna just sound awful.
What's up, gamers?
I hate you so much. Can you go check who that is? Is it a cat?
Hi, ZZ.
Yeah, let her in. Cat's here trying to get the summon the cat. Not part of the video whatsoever. Oh, would it be cool if I had the cat like sitting behind the book? Aww. No, she's running away. Oh. Oh no. She didn't like that too much. Anyway, this video is just gonna be me asking a bunch of questions that I want answered. These are just gonna be general questions that I've been asking a lot of my friends who go to school, and I'm actually curious what everybody else has to think about this and what their response is. So I'm pretty much just gonna lay a bunch of questions about going back to school, and I want to know how everybody else is feeling about it or doing, depending if you've been back to school or not. I'm literally just gonna rant, and we're just gonna see how far it goes. Hopefully it's good enough to make like a 5-minute video. My first question is, how do you feel about going back to school? I'm genuinely curious. Do you feel safe? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like it's a stupid idea? I'm just curious. I know, the reason why I asked, because it's obviously different for a lot of different people all over the place. For example, where I go, I have the opportunity to just do it all on ground. I can do it half remote and half there, or I can just do it fully remote. Spoiler alert, I did all remote. But I'm curious to see what other people have to say about this and what they think. For example, my girlfriend. What were your options like for school, Courtney?
I didn't get an option.
Really? You had no options whatsoever. What did they tell you?
All my classes are online.
Awesome. But I'm curious. That's my first thing is, do you have an option? Are you forced to? You don't have to tell me where you're going. I'm not telling you where I'm going. Second of all, my question is, how do you think your school's handling this? I want to know that. Because I've talked to people where they said, oh, they're doing pretty good. And then I've talked to people where they're like, it's dog shit. Battery died. My third question is what are the requirements you have to do if you have to go back to school or whenever school starts? I'll give you a wise example. For mine, I just had to read a bunch of things, promise I'd do them, and then click OK. I'm curious what you guys have to do. Courtney will now come in and tell us what she has to do. What do you have to do, Courtney?
Well, every time we have to go to campus, if we have to get screened.
What's screening?
They ask us our temperature, they ask us if we've been traveling, all that fun stuff. Yeah, just edit this out.
Mm-hmm. Which brings me to my final thought I'm curious about is, we all know students are students. Some students act like A and some students act like B. So my question is, how do you feel about students following these guidelines? I'm not gonna throw out any examples, but as of right now, it's kind of like nobody cares. I guess what I'm trying to say is, do you trust your fellow students to follow these guidelines? Do you actually think they're not going to go to parties or hang out with each other? Do you view school as going back and being all perfect? Well, obviously the new perfect, with sunshine and rainbows, no problems whatsoever, just social distancing? Or do you picture it more as like a breeding ground, where everything is just going to change and people are going to get sick? And then the schools aren't going to do anything about it but still take your money and not get you tested. I'm curious. I really am just curious on what everybody else's situation is out there, because it's really interesting to see how some of my friends are going through, and some of them are all right and some of them are just I cross my fingers for them as they get up in the morning and go to class. I should mention this video isn't talking crap. I just want to know questions. I'm curious to know what other people are doing too, because I actually find this very interesting, and obviously, in a way, I kind of feel like it's kind of just skipped over in a way. I mean, obviously, when something bad happens, when like 19% of the school is being tested positive for coronavirus, then it hits news. But I'm curious for like, some of the smaller schools, or the schools out in Idaho. I'm genuinely curious to know how each situation is being handled school-wise. Don't tell me where you go to school. That's gonna be it for me. This is probably gonna be a short one. Courtney and I were supposed to do a video, but we're still waiting for something to come in to actually do the video. I think it's gonna be interesting. All right, I think that's gonna do it. Oh, hot shower. This is a crab apple. Let me know your thoughts down below, please. Please send this to as many people who are going to a school or are student or were students as possible. That'll be all. I'm going to enjoy this very, very tart and bitter crab apple now.